My name is Quentin Russell, and I'm the Content Marketing Specialist here at Doc365. So for those of you who don't know us, we're a software company based in Jacksonville, Florida, that specializes in providing SharePoint-based productivity solutions, with our primary focus being on intranet portal software. We have over 17 years of experience working to provide businesses with the knowledge, tools, and resources they can use to reshape the way they work. That said, today I'm joined here by Yash Pawar from Microsoft, and today Microsoft and Doc365 will be coming together to explore several different productivity solutions that your company can use as you work remotely and as we all begin to transition back into the office. So before we get started, let's go over what we will be covering today. For the first part of the webinar, I'll be handing control over to Yash as he explores Microsoft Teams from the user's perspective. So this will focus on using the various tools and features that make Microsoft Teams
Lauren?
companies all over the world.
Hey, I need to call you on my cell. Or from my cell.
Might I ask that you...
Do you have my cell phone number?
I'm looking. Hold on one sec. My phone is stuck.
Can we make sure that everyone has their microphones muted for the time being? So we don't get any more interruptions like that one? Thank you so much. Sorry about that. So after that, after Yash explores Microsoft Teams, he'll be handing things back off to me. So I and the team here at Doc365 can take a look at Doc Intranet and show you all the different features that we have to offer. So without further ado, I'm going to hand things off to Yash. Take it away. Yash?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Sorry, I was on mute. So thank you for the introduction, Quentin, first of all. And let me start with my introduction before I move further on the Teams and like what is Teams has to offer. And I heard like many of you are already using it. Those who are not, we're going to show them from a very basic level, like how it looks like and how you can take advantage of Teams. So before I go there, let me introduce myself. My name is Yash Bilware. I'm a partner technical consultant here with Microsoft since last 6 years. So I'll be delivering today's Teams session over here. So let me know if you guys have any questions. You can stop me, or you can just raise your hand and I can just take your questions from there. Okay, so let me just share my screen and then we can move further with what is Teams. Hope you all can see my screen now.
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Okay, so before I start with Teams, let me just tell you about Teams, what exactly Teams is. Okay, Teams is a product which actually made up of different workloads of Microsoft, like Exchange Online for the email functionalities, like SharePoint, like as Quentin just mentioned, that they're more work on the SharePoint, and Teams is actually based on at the back end completely on the SharePoint when it comes to sharing your files, when it comes to creating a group, similar interest of group people and sharing their views together. So while sharing the file, where exactly it got saved, what happened at the background, that's all we're going to discuss in very in a light way, not exactly going into the technicality of it, but how things works, how Teams will help us to grow our collaboration and the communication. So basically, Teams is made of three things. One is communication, other is collaboration, and the third one is customization. Okay, so now what is customization, what is communication, and what is collaboration? Let's discuss about it. So when you do chat, meetings, or calls, that part of the Teams comes into the communication part. The other part is files. When you share files, it got saved under the files over there, and you can share files directly on the chat by attaching it to the within the Teams chat and share the files over there directly. We'll do that in the demo completely. Just wanted to give you what exactly the collaboration part in it. Okay, so this is a collaboration while you're sharing your files, you're working or doing work on a single file at a single time. Like, 5 people can do a co-authoring on a file while they are sharing the file over a Teams. So that's the beauty of collaboration over here in Teams. So let's move further about the customization. So there are some application. There are some application like Adobe or somebody of you might be using Dynamics 365, or somebody of you might be using Salesforce, and exactly for that particular application, you need to go to a different app or different browser and open it, put your credentials. But with the help of Teams, what we are trying to do here is we want to give you a one platform or one application to be open, and you can access all the information and collaborate with even the third-party applications like Salesforce or Adobe. And there are like thousands of different application available in the stores. So if you're already a part of any of the third-party tools like that, you can just search for it, and you can pick it from the store and integrate it with your Teams. You will have that as a tab right there where you have these tabs: activities, chats, Teams, meetings, calls, files, everything is there, right? So I'm talking about this one. So this here exactly the last tab might be the one which you wanted. So that's how you actually integrate it with Teams. Work with confidence. Why while we're talking about all these things, when you have that power that you can do everything with just by opening one specific tool on your computer, and you can do a lot of other things, and you have a good security with that particular product. And whenever your users, like as in if you're an administrator, not a user perspective but an administrative perspective view, I can have all the logs with what is happening in my organization, who is sharing what, and not exactly the data, but how things are going in the organization. Is anything got compromised, or somebody sharing files outside the organization, whether it is a file with some company data, everything will be kept eye on if required. So that's the beauty of Microsoft Teams. When you are working with Teams, you are secure, and it's not dependable on a specific OS or on any specific device. You can use it in the same way on your mobile phone, on your laptop, on your tabs. It doesn't even matter if you're using it just from your smartphones, and you want to create a Teams over there. You can just do the same way what you can do it from the desktop. So you don't really need to open any other devices to do a specific task. Just to give you some teamwork trends, how things are together right now in this in this generation. Basically, we are diverse at this point of time. We have 5 generations working together. When I say 5 generations, like I'll just give you an example. Like within my team, I have 3 different types of people, which I have taken myself a survey on. And what I found that, like, some would like to join the meeting through a phone only. They do not want to have audio, like, just to go on computer, sit next to the computer and just see what's happening. They rather just listen what I'm saying. So that's one kind of generation. Whether uh, they do not want to actually have a face-to-face communication or collaboration, but they rather want to just listen it and do the work they want. The other generation is they want to be more interactive. They want to be like, bivocal at a time. The other generation is they want to have video calling so that they understand it well, right? So while we are working in so diverse environment, we need a tool wherein these 5 generations requirement can be dealt with a proper security and proper tools which they wanted to work with. Now one of the thing which is a study from one of firm, that while people going to the work, their 80% of time is spent in the collaboration. So let's say if I'm going to the work, if somebody is asking for the troubleshooting work, I need to search a specific resource, and it took a lot of time for me to find that resource if I'm not having a proper tool or a proper specific organization setup in which I can easily find out who is working on what. So Teams is one of the product which is actually giving you that power to do things, to organize things in a manner that you can find the right people at the right time without investing a lot of time on your work, right? So that's again the one thing which Teams is giving us right now, which saves a lot of time, and time is money at this point of time. We all know. So we are saving money, a lot of money, when we are not spending time on just searching a specific person or just collaborating for some specific work. Now, see, that was written in like back in 2019 when I was first delivering this slide. When I was started, like I just started selling the Teams. So at that time, this is the line I used to say: 72% of workers will be working remotely by 2020. And you know what? Right now, at this point of time, due to this pandemic situation, 100% of the workers actually working on remotely, and Teams, like those who have already opted for Teams or like the tools which is powerful to work from different places, they are actually benefiting such tools right now. They now understand that how these tools are more effective or more efficient for us, right? So this is true. This line, it actually, maybe the bad circumstances, but this line's without even the pandemic situation, there will be a time due to traffic, due to the time wasted in communicate, like just going from communicate from one person to another person. We have to, whatever the commute time we have to spend, we have to lower it down. So all these things, like just to lower that particular time which we spend more often commute, or more of the traffic situation, people will start working remotely. And for that, we need a very powerful tool in our hand so that people can work remotely without just wasting their time or in the collaboration or struggling with the communication methods. Without wasting time, let's move further. So this is like all of the things which supports Teams. So be Mac, be Windows, be it be iPad, iPhone, or Android machine, or be like, let's say if you're not even having any of these devices as of now for of yours, and you still want to log in into your Teams, you can just go to any computer, open the in private browser, and just log in as just go to teams.microsoft.com and just log in into that particular Teams, and it will give you the same experience the way it will give you in the desktop. I'll show you that in the demo. So we can do all these things with Teams, like we can have chat, call, meeting within our team across the organization boundaries too. So one organization can contact to other organization if they're also using Teams. So that is possible. You can have one-to-one or small group conversation. You can have multiple people added in one group and initiate a conversation that way. You can schedule a Skype meeting or a Teams meeting right there with the audio conferencing information, and you can initiate a meeting for up to 250 users. And there's another way you can just like the way the session we are giving, the same way if you want to give a town hall meeting, there's something called live events, where you can generate a live event meeting, and you can address to 10,000 to 15,000 people at a time. So that functionality is also there. Then there's a dedicated phone number with advanced feature is being assigned to you. That will be the business number itself assigned to you. So whoever calls you on that number, that calls will ring on your Teams, be it on your laptop, desktop, or on your phone, wherever you're logged in and wherever you're available, your phone starts ringing over there. As of now, this figures is quite old, but one of the thing is right now at this point of time, 92 out of 100 Fortune companies are right now using Teams. 44 languages are supported in Teams. And I really don't want to comment on the number of customers we have. We have a lot more than what you're looking at right now. This is the old numbers for now. Just a recent report. Right now we have 75 million active Teams user at this point of time. So moving further, without waiting, keeping you wait on how Teams looks like and how Teams exactly works. So I'm not taking more consideration over the how exactly the administrator will work. If you want such informations, we can talk about it on a specific requirement, because that itself needs a lot of time. But let's talk about the user perspective for now. So those who are using Teams, I'm sure they must have seen this tool already, but those who have not, this is how Teams looks like. Okay, this is the application which you download it. It's freely available to download. You can just download it, but if it is an enterprise customer requirement, you need to download it from a specific account, and you have to give your credentials. Now, once you have this, the first page you have is the chat. Now, when we do chat, it's not within the organization. It's also outside the organization, as I said. So now this one is not in this organization. If I just show you, this is my demo tenant, and the email address of this particular user is so it's a Contours organization basically. It's not a Microsoft tenant user. So this is a test user, which is actually going to talk to the users who are in the organization itself. So this user is offline right now, but if you see, this is my email address for this particular tenant. I can chat with this person with a lot of functionalities. We'll talk more in detail, but just to show you, here your contacts will be. So be it be external contacts, be it be internal contacts, you can add your people here. And for the users or for the contacts which you have recently talked, they will be added here. Now, the thing is, when I want to initiate a conversation with Edel, or let's say, let's take somebody else from my organization, Emily B. And I can just select Emily B from here, and I can initiate a conversation. Hey, Emily. Now, it's just not that. Okay, I think we have. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so it's not just like that. I have sent this chat and she responds to it, let's say. But what if I want to send it with a, just want to show you the features, okay? Now let's say if I want to say, she's not replying, let me just do it this way. Hey, hi Emily, and just I will make it important and send it. She'll get notified. If even right now, if it is really urgent, I can just go here. I can make this as this urgent recipient notified every 2 minutes for next 20 minutes. And if I send this one, now this time, when I send the message, Emily will get in every 2 minutes, she'll get a response. So let's say if she is like doing something else or talking to somebody else while she's sitting in front of a computer, and you say that you see that she's available, her presence is showing available. There are multiple presence available over there. Busy, do not disturb, be right back, and appear away. But if she is available and she's not responding, maybe she is talking to somebody or something, like she's not taking like she's not looking on the Teams window, you can send this kind of chats so that she'll be prompted in every 2 minutes that somebody tries to contact you. It's not so, just on a funny side, it's not for every time use. Do not use it unless it's really urgent. And just to tell you, an administrator can block this feature. Okay, so it's up to the administrator whether they want to allow it or not, but this feature can be blocked. And if you want this feature for your tenant or for your users, make sure you request it with your administrator and they will allow it. but it has to be used in a very proper way. Now, I can actually send a file from my computer. So let's say if I'm sending it from open file and I'm just sending it, here are the file, here is the file, and I send it. Now, this file will be saved automatically under the file section. So I do not need to, if the chat goes very long, I do not need to go and just scroll up and scroll down. I just need to click on files and I can see this files over here. All the files shared between us will be saved here. Now, if Emily makes some changes, there will be a versioning of it. So let's say if I've sent it, written A in that file and sent it to Emily, Emily updated it. Now it's being uploaded in their OneDrives. So if it is a one-on-one user chatting, it will be a OneDrive thing. It will upload it automatically to the OneDrive of a user, which is Emily and a mod administrator. Now, the other way I can share the files is from my OneDrive too. So I can just directly pick the files from my OneDrive, and it will try to open all the files from my OneDrive, and I can just select this and share it. It will share it with the user, and now this file, it's going to be saved here automatically. And if Emily goes and see her Outlook, this file will be uploaded over there. So even if I go here as an user, so if I go files, I can see in the OneDrive, I have all these files, right? These are team chats files, and this is the file I just uploaded, and it's being saved in my chat. Teams chat files. So under the OneDrive Teams chat file, all the files you're sharing with your one-on-one user, it's being saved here in this particular folder. So you might be looking at this folder and you might not sure why this folder is there in your OneDrive. It's because whatever the files you're sharing on one-to-one basis, it will be saved here. Now this is a chatting feature. Okay, now this is not it. I can go here and I can see the organizational chart. So to whom Emily is reporting, and if she is reporting to Nestor, and whom Nestor is reporting. So that way we can just find out the organization structure over there. Activities is like whatever the activities I do. Like let's say if I'm creating a Teams and if I'm posting kind of post over there with some information that how things are going, or if somebody else posted something and I liked it or I commented on that, I can see all my activities right there. Now the best part here is it's not it. I can go here, click on add, and add a tab right there. It can be a PowerPoint file directly updated over there, or it can be a PDF file so that Emily and me can anytime reach out to that PDF file and upload it and do it. I can just set up a website between me and Emily and just put that site name right there. So let's say bing.com. Sorry. I have to do this thing. https:// save it. Once I do that, whenever I go to website, it will open that website. So I do not even have to open my web browser and go to the new tab and do all those things. I can just, if I want to find something, so test, or like if I want to just find something or quickly I want to know what it is, I can just type here. And here's my search. It works like a browser for me for here. Okay, so this is how you actually can utilize Teams chat. Now that is not it. Let me just show you some fun part also. Now I can just send all the emojis. There are some GIFs over there. So let me give virtual hug, and I can also create memes. I can edit that memes and send it across. So kind of memes I can create. And again, if you're not having this feature, your administrator had blocked it. If you already have it, please use it accordingly. And there are some stickers, which is you can use it and you can edit it as per the requirement or as per the meme you want to send or as per the information you want to send, like this. So these are the fun parts. Now let's come back to the other part of it. You can create a meeting right here with Emily. So I can just open a chat and I can create an ad hoc meeting, right, like this. I can add a title, send it across. I can add more people, and it is by default a Teams meeting. So there will be a Teams meeting link will be added. I'll come to that point. I'm not sharing much information, just to let you know there is an option. Now there's something called stream. Stream is where I have all the okay, you might not be knowing about the videos, but you know YouTube, right? Now you know that YouTube have a lot of videos. Same way, we as an organization in the stream, we have all the recordings we do in Teams will be saved in the stream. All the information rated, like my if I'm a product company, or if I'm working on a specific product and there is a KT going on, I can put all those videos on the stream, and I can just paste a link from the Microsoft stream and send it across. The user can just click on that and see that stream. So that is for that. And there is a praise option. You can praise your colleagues, uh, like courage or thank you or something like that. And there's some other functionality you can do. You can just have this YouTube link uploaded right there and send, like, let's just click on YouTube and find out that specific channel which you want to share or something like that. I have not added this app right now because it's not of my use, but in case if you want to share some YouTube links or YouTube videos directly to the Emily, you can just send it across. So, or just not YouTube, there are other applications like weather, stocks, places. Like, let's say, hey Emily, can we go on a coffee? And then she says, where exactly you want to go on a coffee? What do you think? So I just type coffee, something like that, and it will actually search the place which is nearby to my place. And this is how I use this location, and I can actually see what is where exactly this coffee store is. And let's go here, something like that. And actually, I'm not just sharing that we will go to Central Coffee Roaster. I'll just explain everything, like till what time to what time it's open, closed, local business, where exactly it is. So this is the way how, and there's a direction too. So uh, this is how, like, more rich format to share the information between each other, so that there will be a less communication required once we send a communication. So this is how you can use this. Now the other part within this chat window you can use is the calling part. You can directly call. So this will come as a call, but just to show you, while in the chat, I can just do the calling. I can share my screen right away with Emily, and I can just share a screen, a window, or I can share a specific window, a specific application which I'm running. So that's one of the thing. I can add multiple people. So let's say if I want to add one more person for this chat specifically, I can go to here. I can keep adding people here, and that can be around more than 20 people. I can add right there and have a chat. Not more than 20 now. The limit has been increased. I can have 250 users at a time, and we can do a group chat. So this is called a group chat. And if I want to remove somebody, I can just go ahead and just remove the person I don't want to be in the chat, and or else I can just directly can click and add more people. Now, while I'm doing this group chat, it's you can see one thing here. While you're doing this thing, it's in the one page itself. It's not popping it out, right? Now, Microsoft is coming up with a new feature of pop out chat. Okay, so now you can pop this chat out, and while the Teams is running on the second window, your chat will keep going on this particular pop out chat window. Okay, so here you keep doing that chat like the way we used to do in the Skype, but this will be a pop-out chat. And The other thing which I want to mention here is, let's say if I'm having a chat with Emily. Now, this chat is not, the moment I close this one, if I go here, or let's say if I hide it, I can, whenever I come back, I'll see all the conversation I did over here itself. I can just scroll up and keep looking at that. It's a persistent chat. It's not going anywhere. It will be saved here. You can anytime go up. And let's say if you want to search any specific thing, which you talk with Emily. So you can just say from Emily. So if Emily sends something, so you can just say from Emily, and then you can say, hey. So all the communication with Emily will first observe in here, and I can see, hey, Emily, something like that, right? And I can just directly go there where exactly that particular chat happened. So this way you can easily find out where exactly that chat is and regarding conversations. So this is about chat. Before I move further, I want to know if you guys have any questions around it.
So we have several questions from the chat. First one comes from Kathleen Wilkins. She wants to know when video meeting, if you know when video meetings will allow more than 4 participants to be seen at a time.
That's a nice question. That's a nice ask too. For now, Microsoft has increased it from 2x2 grid to 3x3 grid. Now you can see 9 people at a time.
All right.
So that will be deployed by June, for sure.
Sounds good. And then Tracy Schmidt asks, for audio conferencing options, how do nonprofits get this option?
For nonprofits, okay. So I have to check that because I'm not sure what are the options available for the nonprofit. But yeah, we'll check that and we'll share it with you.
All right, and I think that's everything we have so far. I think you're good to continue.
Okay, great. So let's move to the other part of it. Now let's talk about the meetings. Okay. Now meetings is one of the essential part, and I'm sure you guys know about it, that whatever the calendar entries you have right now, like as a normal appointment or as a normal meeting event on your Outlook client, on your email, will be propagated to this calendar too. So these two calendars are actually the same calendar and synchronizing with each other. So if I create a meeting right here in the Teams calendar, the same meeting get propagated to my Outlook client too. So right now I can create 2 kinds of meeting here. I can schedule an event, or I can schedule a live event. And live event can be scheduled only by Teams client. It cannot be scheduled from Outlook client. Now, let's start with a normal way how usually people use it. Okay. So whenever I want to have a meeting with somebody, the first thing I'll do, I'll just click on here and I click on Teams meeting. Now, you guys might be having a habit of using Teams, but in a different manner. So you go here in the calendar, and under the calendar, you just see what time you will be available, and accordingly you create a meeting. So you create a new meeting. Now, when you are creating a meeting, so let's say if I'm creating a meeting with test, required one is Adele Vance. And then I set up a time, any specific time, and then the location. Location can be my room, or if I want to be at the team meeting, there is an add-in. So the moment you have Teams in your computer, you have to reopen your Outlook. By closing it and reopening it, there will be a client, there will be an add-in added in there. You need to click on there, and there will be a Teams meeting added in it. Now you put all the information about your meeting. And then when you send it, send anyway, it will be created here, and it will be also created in my calendar. So I'm not sure what time I have sent it, but yeah, it will be added here also. And whenever that time comes, that meeting time comes, I can actually go here and I can directly just one click. This is not a Teams functionality, but it's an Outlook functionality itself. I can go here into mail directly, and then there is a reminder option. Under that reminder option, I can just click on this meeting and click on join meeting. One click join, and I'm going into the meeting. Now, either I can just join it via web, or I can just launch into the app. So I will launch it now. So now what it will do, it will automatically open this meeting right here. And I just have to check all the custom like whether my audio is working or not and everything. I can make a test call before joining the meeting just to understand that everything will go well over here. And then accordingly, I'll just click on join and I'll be into this meeting. Okay, while I'm in this meeting, there are a lot I can do, but let's not go there right now. Let's go back and we will join this meeting again to show you all the functionalities. But as you see, one of the option to create a meeting invite is go to the calendar. The other one is I can directly go here in the drop down while I'm on this first page. This is how I do it because that's the quickest way to create a meeting. And I click on directly Teams meeting, and it will open up a meeting invite like with this functionality. And let me just set up a meeting with Emily. And that's the time. Let me not put anything, test 2, and let me send this meeting invite. Now this meeting invite is sent. Now as an user, I can just go here and I can see that there's a meeting test 2 right there. At the same time in Teams also, I can see all that meetings coming up, right? Now I can click on that and I can track who accepted it, who didn't accepted it. What is the options? I can join this meeting. There is a number, there is a conferencing ID, there's a local numbers wherein I can click on just find the local number for myself and call on that to join this meeting. Now this can be a toll number, this can be a toll-free number according to the sender or the organizer. They know about it, whether it will be what kind of functionality they wanted. So this is how you join this meeting 2 ways, either by joining it by clicking on this link or by dialing on this number and put the conferencing ID. Okay, so this is the way how you do it. While you're adding more people, let's say we will add Adele also. Okay, now I'm not sure whether Adele will be available or not. So I'll just go here in the scheduling assistance and see if Adele will be available or not. So Emily already have this meeting, that's why it's showing tentative, but I see Adele is available. Okay, if he is available, let me add him also. Now there's some Teams meeting notes. I can actually update the Teams meeting note that this will be the agenda, or you should read this document first before coming, or you can just upload any whiteboard or just create some whiteboard to give some information, and then you can just send update, because I have added Adele, and now Adele also received this particular meeting invite. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now, once the time comes for this meeting, there will be a join button automatically comes here. Okay, now this is not the time when the meeting started right now, so we do not have that functionality as of now, but as soon as the time comes, there will be a join button. I can come on this calendar app and click on it and I can join in. If not, I can just go here in my Outlook. I can double click on that. It will open. I can click on that and I can join this meeting. Okay, that's one of the options to join this meeting, but there are others. Like for now, my Microsoft account, how I use it, this is my Outlook. I keep it like this way. So let's say if this meeting comes in at the very right, I'm showing you. If this meetings comes in, I can click on that, and there will be a join option automatically comes when this meeting starts. Okay, so I can click on that join meeting and my Teams will open that specific thing. Move this again. Sorry, my mouse is behaving. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is the meeting we are joining in now. I have showed you all the ways how you can join these meetings. Now, when you join this meeting, you can just select the option how you want to join it, and it will remember that option. So if you enable the video for the first time and the audio for the first time, next time it will automatically, it will ask you for 3-4 times, and then next time on, it will stop asking you whether you want to start your audio or not while you're in the meeting. So if you're the organizer, it will not ask you, but whenever you're joining somebody else meeting, it will always ask you whether you want to start your video or not. Now, while we are in the meeting, so this right now, if you see, this meeting is actually, if I'm in the meeting and if I want to go to chat, it's actually shortened this particular window, and now I can still do the chat. But with our customers giving feedbacks, now we have a different option. Whenever we join the meeting, it will open into the new tab altogether. It will not open into the same Teams right now, the experience you see. Okay, so right now, if I want to show you that, right now, this is my Teams right there, and I'm in the preview option. This is my preview one. So I can just click on that, and if I want to join any meeting specifically, so let me see if I have any meeting right now. So, okay, let me just join this one. So let me click on join here, okay? Now, if you see, it's not opening in my Outlook, my Teams. My Teams is still detached from it, right? But my meeting is here. I can join this meeting, but I'm not joining it because I will just come out of the Zoom meeting. So I can have all, see, it automatically enabled me because I'm the organizer, and my preferred option is always keeping my microphone on while I'm joining as an organizer. But if I'm joining somebody else meeting, it will keep me offline, and it gives me choice again whether you want to do it off or on as per your requirement. And what is my device name, the way I am just speaking, or like what is my headset, which is configured as in default device over here. So every settings you can see, and you can join this meeting. So right now I'm just canceling this one. So that this is the preview option. I'm just showing you because you will get this option very soon. As I said, like that 3x3 grid view, wherein you can see 9 videos at a time, is working because I have seen it myself for my Teams, because I'm in the ring 3. That means within the Microsoft, we get to test this environment if we opt for it. So I can see that it's working, and it will be deployed soon. Coming back to this, now while we're in the meeting, I can raise a hand whenever there is a question, like the way you can do in this meeting. There's a chat going on at the right side. You see who joined and who left the meeting. There's a participant list right there, who all are the invited, who responded, who did not responded, and who responded and did not join. Everything will be here. Now, the best part is there are 2 things you can do. Now, most of you might be using this functionality, but not aware of it, that there's something when you send out a meeting, there's a number. Somebody can call on that number and put the conferencing ID and get in. That is called dial-in. But there's another option also you get. While you are actually using Office 365 audio conferencing license, you can dial out also for 60 minutes. Every user can do it for 60 minutes. So while you are in a meeting, I can put some number right here. And I'm sorry, it's the wrong number. And I can make a call. It's actually going to ring my phone in some time. This tenant is US tenant, and I'm calling to India. Okay, see, you all can hear this voice, right? I'm just ending this call because I don't want to make a call right now. But yeah, this way you can add somebody on their mobile phones directly from the meeting. So that's one of the functionality you get with the audio conferencing license. So the functionality you get when you create a meeting invite, by default, some of you are only using a Teams license, not the audio conferencing license. You cannot see that number and the conferencing bridge over there to get into the meeting or to dial out like this, right? Because you do not have that functionality assigned from your administrator, but you have the functionality only if you have that license assigned or that feature assigned to you. Now, once you have that feature, you can also make calls to a PSTN number while you're in the meeting. So that's how you do it. That's one of the feature, and you can just decide what will be the permissions while you're in the meeting option, who can do what. That is one of the thing you can just do. So let me go. Okay, let's not go there right now. But these are the options you can do while you're in the meeting, and there are some other options, which is Teams meeting specific. While you're in the meeting, you can share your windows. You can share a PowerPoint file if you have, or you can share a desktop itself. Now, other things, you can share a whiteboard right there. And this whiteboard is a Microsoft whiteboard. And those who are looking at it, you have to just download this. I haven't downloaded this one. So let me just open it in Teams itself. Otherwise, it will open as an application on my Windows. And then I can use this whiteboard and people can see or collaborate with me. I can just add somebody to collaborate with me in this whiteboard, and they both can do something on this. Like, so this is a fun thing sometimes, and this is important thing when you're working on the architecture of any specific thing, or which when you're explaining something or some important stuff over there, right? So that is whiteboard, and it's very similar like what you have here, that annotate option, right? Lot to like, there are a lot of other features they are coming up with in this whiteboard, but right now we have this feature available. So let me just go back, stop presenting. Now, there are some other things you can do while you're in the meeting and you want to share the same information about the meeting. You can just go here and show meeting details, and you can see that this is the details, and this is the whole details. You can copy the information and send it across to somebody else. The other thing is you can take a notes of this meeting while you're in the notes, and the moment this meeting ends, it will upload that notes so that everybody can see it. So discussion, so something like, we just type it right there. Sorry, I'm having 3 machines and taken different calls. Then meetings. So we have discussed these 3 things, right? So we can just put all the content in it, and like this, whatever happened, the discussions, initial discussion, and then whatever happened in the calls, and whatever happened in the team, in the meetings, and then we can use all these things, of course, and then we close it, and the moment we stop this meeting, that meeting notes will be propagated on the Teams chat itself. So I'll show you when we stop this. Now, the other thing you can do is live captioning. So this is a preview option. Whatever we speak will come as in captioning, like a subtitles. So we can turn on or turn off live captioning, and it's in the different languages too. So You can check it, but it's in the preview option, so you have to wait because they're developing some more languages over there, and you'll soon see this particular functionality. Here's the keypad, like somebody you want to call, you can just call like this. But right now, let's not do it. But yeah, there is a functionality where you can start the recording. When you start the recording, it's not going to record the session within your computer or take a space in your computer, but rather it will upload everything into your stream. So let's record this for a moment. Got it? It's getting recorded. We are not doing anything, but let's do something so that it can be recorded. Let me just share a whiteboard and again, and for a moment, and just put something right there, and then stop presenting, and then let me just stop this recording. And this is stopped. Okay, now my meeting is stopped. There's a functionality called end meeting. Now there, you might have seen this, that even though you end this, you leave this meeting, any meetings you are in, people are still sitting in that meeting because they left the meeting open and they went for some other work, and they just forgot to come out of the meeting invite. Or like there are some other factors also, that people will sit in there and then left that meeting, and we want to start a new meeting in the same channel. So you can just do one thing. You can come here and you can end meeting. That will just kick out everybody out of the meeting, and that can only be done by the organizer. It cannot happen with a someone who actually joined that as an attendee, or organization, or other people in the organization. You can turn off all the incoming videos if you want. So because if you think that it's consuming a lot of bandwidth of yours, you can turn off anytime. So all the videos, if you're even sharing that video, I can turn it off, and you cannot share. I cannot see your videos. So that's one of the options. So this is all about the meeting functionality. Any questions on this?
So we have a couple questions from the audience.
Perfect.
First one is, how do you manage a team meeting when you are the host?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think most of the options I have already showed you, but in a specific thing, if you want to manage it, it's like when you are the organizer, you have to do all of the other things. Like when you're creating the meeting itself, you have the meeting options. So let me just go to this, and let me create a Teams meeting right there. And there is a meeting options over there. Okay, I guess there's another question coming up. I didn't see it. So you can actually go here, and you can, while you're sending this meeting invite to somebody, you can just put some meeting options over there, like what you wanted. Like anonymous user can join in the meeting or not, whether if they are able to join, whether they should sit in the lobby or they can directly get into the meeting. Like if somebody calling from the phone, right? You cannot figure out whether that same person is being invited or not, right? Maybe the same, he is joining that meeting because he is invited, but via phone our system will not understand if it is the same email address we have invited. So you can actually specify whether you wanted that or not. I can just show you here in this particular, my Teams, my Outlook is not updated right there over there. So let's say if I'm creating a Teams event right there, and you see meeting options right there. So this meeting options actually give me who these people don't have to wait in the lobby. So right now my setup is everyone, but I can set up it like this. People in my organization and trusted organization, people in my organization. So these people, whenever they join my meeting, they do not need to wait, but other people who are joining this meeting should have to wait. Okay, so this is one of the options. There are other settings, but that is not up to you. That's up to your organizer, or I mean to say that's up to your administrator, how they wanted to set it up, or what are the restrictions they want to set it up over there. And if you see that you are not able to do something, you can just raise that question to your administrators, and they can actually help you in finding the solution for you. But yeah, you can do all of the setups the way you required. So if you have in your mind a specific scenario, you can just tell me and I can actually read it out for you.
All right, and then the last question I see from the audience is, oh, 1 second. From Darla Wells, if we are utilizing the meeting option for patient appointments, when the patient clicks to join the meeting, what option is easier for them to choose? Download to Windows, use web version, or just launch now? We want the easiest action for them.
Perfect. That's a really nice question, and that's something I want to come up to. But let me just, before go to that, let me just show you something. So the meeting we ended up, you see that the notes I have created. Now, whoever joined this meeting or did not join this meeting can see this chat. This chat actually created here, and this chat actually shows us everything. So we see that whatever the notes we have created, we can click on that. The same notes I have created in front of you, I can see and read it. And there is a recording, and it is in the stream. When I click on that, whoever joined this meeting, whoever has been invited to this meeting, have access to this. Not everybody. Okay, so you see this meeting started, and if I just move further, it didn't capture the whiteboard thing, maybe some issues, but yeah, it usually captured everything, and whatever we do, it will actually just directly got uploaded to the stream. So this will work. Maybe because of some issues, it's not showing it for now, but yeah, it will show in some time. So this is how you have this. But the good question come to us that if I want to send it to my customer or my colleague or my partner who is not even using Teams, who is not even know what is Teams is. So the best part here is we don't, if we are using Teams, we don't worry about whether the other person to whom we are sending this meeting is using Teams or not. Okay, we can send them a meeting and they have to just click on that link. The moment they click on that link, they have two options. Either they can install a short-lived applet. Okay, that short-lived applet is like a small application, not a complete application which will stay in their computer, just a small applet for some time till that meeting it will live, and then it will go off completely. The other way is when they click on that meeting link, and they can join it via web, so it will open on their browser. Does that sounds good to you?
Yeah, that definitely sounds good. Do you have anything? Does anyone else have any questions before we finish up this portion of the webinar?
No.
All right then.
Okay, so let's move to the other part of the communication. So this is the last part of the communication. We have covered chat, calendar. It's a quick one, calls one. Now this is what we'll just not take much time over here, but just whenever I will make a call, the first thing I can just do a IP to IP calling, and this calling does not need a number. Okay, because it's within the organization, or if you see this is outside the organization, and I can still search this person and call this person on an IP to IP, because this person is also using Teams, right? So I can call this person and it starts ringing my Microsoft Teams. So because it's a IP to IP calling, there won't be any charge also. It will work on the internet. But what if I want to call on my mobile phone? Or let's call on any number, which is let's call it Quentin. Okay, so we can just put number here, and with whatever the number Quentin have, I can just put that number and click on call. The same thing I can do when when I'm using my phone. I can open the Teams, and if I want to make a call to my business associate, I should not use my personal number. I can open Teams. I should be connected with the internet, and I can make the call from my Teams. just by going on the calls and putting that number here and make the call. So some of you might have this functionality, some of you may not. So those who do not have this functionality, that means they are not being assigned with such functionalities like phone system. But those who have it, they will get this keypad over there and they can make calls outside. Now, if somebody calls you and if you didn't pick that up, there's a voicemail option over here. If they leave a voicemail, there will be all the voicemail listed here. You will also get an email with that particular recording of the voicemail and a transcript of it. But the transcript and the recording will also be kept here. You just don't need to go to your inbox and find it, but you can just directly come here and just listen all the recordings. And if you want to read it, you can read it also. So this is the option where you can actually do both of the things. Any questions on this?
I don't see anything. However, I think we're kind of approaching the part of the webinar where we might want to switch over to talking more about Doc. Do you have anything else that you'd like to, any final things that you want to say about Microsoft Teams?
There's one small thing, the groups we create, so that will take another 5 minutes of yours. So I'm sure that these three things will actually make you understand about what Teams can do. Now the collaboration part. In the collaboration part, you can create a group of people who do likewise project. So basically, if I'm from the finance team, I can create a team or join a team. So right here, I can build a team from the scratch. I can either create a private, public, or org-wide team, but I can create a public team right there. And under there, I can just put some name over there for the team, and I can create a team, add the people I wanted to chat with, and it will create a team like this. So under this team, I can add people and people can share their views over here and chat together, work together over here. There's a space of a group who can work together. There's a lot to work, there's a lot of other things you can do here. But if you want to know about how this works, how this thing works, you can anytime reach out to Quentin, and I can take another session of yours on this particular part, because it's a very big part of it. But you have that option, and it works with the same functionality of chat. Whatever the files you share, it will come and sit here in the files within this group. Whoever shares to this particular group, you can see that you can create a meeting right there in this channel, and everybody can join it right there. So this is one of the other functionalities. Whatever the activities, if some post is being done, if somebody liked it or somebody commented on that, you can see the activities feed updated over there. So first thing you come and see in your on your Teams is the activity feed, what exactly had happened. So this is all about Teams. There's other things also, like a guest user. You can you can be a guest user on some other organization like this. So but that is another level. Whenever you have such requirements, you can contact Quentin, and Quentin will help you on that. So Quentin, over to you now.
Real quick though, we do have two more questions from the audience. First of all, Amy Wheeler, what callback number will someone see if we use this phone option?
Okay, so first of all, when you have this phone option, you are being assigned with a number, which is, you can see here at the right top. If somebody, if in your organization administrator has said that if you are making call and all the outgoing calls should be shown as an organization number, that is a caller ID functionality, which can be set up by the administrator. So you don't need to worry about that. But if they have not done it, it will be showing your work number, which is this one, which is assigned to you.
All right, and then the last question that we have is from Allison Harwood. Are there any other resources or webinars that she could be pointed to that are in the right direction for Teams for healthcare, templates, EMR interface, patient apps, etc.?
Yeah, there will be. I'll send it to Quentin. So Quentin can actually, when he send you the recording, he can actually send you those links. So it's like healthcare sectors specifically, a lot of things are going on right now in there. So I can share it with Quentin, and Quentin can share it with you.
All right. Thank you so much. I will make sure to send that over to you, Allison, when I send over the recording. All right. If I could get back control of the screen real quick.
Sure.
All right. So 1 second. And let me share that. All right, so thank you for all of that. I'd really like to just take a moment to thank Yash for taking the time to come out and really explore the power of Microsoft Teams with all of us. So with that said, I'd like to take a few moments to really talk about the topic near and dear to my heart, Doc Intranet. So Doc Intranet is a powerful SharePoint-based productivity solution designed to help companies increase performance at an affordable rate. If you already have SharePoint, then our experience and custom-built web parts will allow us to help you really maximize your SharePoint investment. So there's 3 major benefits to using Doc Intranet. The first, and these are increased collaboration, engagement, and customization. So by building collaboration, what we mean is we provide a centralized location where your team can easily interact with each other and work on projects without having to jump through a dozen different hoops to try to share a single document. Doc Intranet drives engagement by providing your team with a fully branded platform that allows you to hold them accountable for the work they do on a day-to-day basis. By being able to see what they're working on and when, you'll be able to provide feedback and guidance to really keep them on track and help them meet their full potential. Finally, we're able to customize Doc Intranet to fully meet your needs. No 2 Doc Intranet packages look the same. Our team is able to modify it with the tools and app integrations your company needs to be productive. Now, while I may be biased, but I think that Doc Intranet looks fantastic. And I bet it would look even better with your company's logo and branding on it. With that said, I'm going to hand things off to Ben Sengen as our enterprise sales executive. Ben is a master of Doc Intranet, and he'll be taking you on a tour of Doc Intranet to really explore some of the different features that you may find useful. If you want to just take that away, Ben.
Excellent. Yep. Thank you so much, Quentin, and thank you so much, Yash, for that great introduction on Teams and how groups and individuals can collaborate using Microsoft's platform. Also, as Quentin kind of touched on, we do make SharePoint intranets. We customize them, for your brand, and we've been building intranets for actually 17 years. SharePoint is a great way for actually organizations to collaborate together. The name of the game is actually finding information and materials quickly and being able to collaborate with your organization as a whole. So here is our demo environment. I'm going to give a very brief overview since we are very short on time. So we have here, when your employees log into the landing page, this is something that they might see. We'll add your, color scheme, your branding, your logo. They'll have their news right here. So as soon as they log in, they can see what's going on within your company. They'll be able to open this, see any videos related to company or any relevant information. We can have an employee spotlight right here. We have a customizable topography, which we can, add for your company. So when your employees come to the intranet, they can quickly access all the information that they need from the employee handbook, maybe IT support, quick links like related to the pandemic, maybe even like the campus map or any locations. They can quickly access, the policies and procedures within your company. So it's a one-stop shop, menu here to be able to quickly access, that information. So down here we can have, events. So you no longer need to email everybody within your company about any events coming up. You can simply just click this down button right here to download the event right to your Outlook calendar, so you get the reminders and everything as that event approaches. We can have, the scrolling carousel here related to any, alerts that might be approaching as well. Quick downloads for, company-wide documents that you need to easily access. And then we also offer, automated web parts such as this as our Let's Celebrate banner. So this will automatically post any birthdays, new hires, anniversaries. It's great for, employee engagement and communication so they can get to know one of each other. Also right here on the, main landing page, we have our My Tools bar. And this will allow employees to access apps that they commonly use every day. It is customizable based on end user. We do have single sign-on capabilities. So essentially, when your employees log on to the internet, they can jump into these apps that they commonly use. And there's no need to essentially log in. They'll already be signed in. So let's just say I'm a member of the IT department. So once I kind of check my news announcements, I'll go ahead and jump into my sub-site right here. This is going to be specific for my IT team. So I can come in here and have a collaborative workspace for my team. So I can see the frequently asked questions, any videos. I can see an alert banner right here for anything that might be important to my team. I can also hover over and see my whole team's information. If I wanted to find somebody's phone number, email address very quickly, I have the ability to do that. I can also see who this individual is reporting to within my organization. And then we also have our customized document center, which is actually linking multiple SharePoint libraries. So that's going to save time for your employees. They no longer need to jump around to different SharePoint libraries to find documents. This document center right here actually links multiple SharePoint libraries right here. And we utilize tagging capabilities to easily find documents. So if I was looking for something, a document related to computing services, I could easily just click that tagline and find that right here. And I could also search by user or dates. So basically we've cut down the time to find documents and easily organize them using taglines. And then maybe if I wanted to find somebody outside my department, I have our employee directory here. I can easily search for an employee right here. This is customizable even after deployment, so we can show just picture view, detail view, or list view. So if I was looking for somebody under a job title, maybe our legal counsel, I could easily click that and immediately find our legal counsel right here. And it's also, you can find people by location or department as well. If I possibly wanted to find any policies and procedures quickly, I can go, any policies related to, classifieds perchance. So that would, easily populate the document right here. So all my policies and procedures are organized nicely right here. I can quickly find them using the easy search function here as well. Maybe I got multiple locations. I need to find the number for our Jacksonville office, which is where Doc365 is home based. So I can come in here and I can see the location here. I can find the map, maybe what contacts from my company are currently there. I can see events, maybe any documents, anything that might be relative to that. One of the best parts about Doc is you've actually customized the solution so that it's very easy to really update any of the web parts that we have here. So for example, maybe somebody in your marketing team wanted to update the news that we have here. So they simply just click the add news button, or they could, if they wanted to do the, add something to this feed here, they simply just click the add feed button and they simply just fill out this form. They'll select a picture. They can decide if they want it to be a pinned or featured news. They'll post the date, so when they want this to be published, and then when they want it to be unpublished. So if it was a July 4th event, maybe, they can post it on July 1st, and then it'll automatically remove on, maybe July 5th and archive it as well. Pretty much anybody can update the content on the landing page or even the subsites, as long as they had the admin permissions from SharePoint. Which is something that we can actually help set you up. So the idea is that IT doesn't have to be involved every time you need to update the content on something. With these forms, these simple forms, you can fill them out and you can easily update the content to share information with your organization. There's also many other features we could really get into. We have an org chart, of course, the holiday schedule, employee handbooks. We can have an HR site where we can HR can communicate, all those vital information pieces to their employees, and kind of a one nice little area. Of course, we have wiki pages and a mobile app. So there's endless possibilities that we can really offer, your organization. But due to lack of time, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you'd like to discuss further, you can always email me at ben@mydoc365.com. You can also call me. My phone number is 904-309-9970. And with that said, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Quentin. Once again, thank you so much, Yesh, for that great Teams demo today. And Quentin, over to you.
Thank you for that, Ben. I think that's going to be everything for today. I'd like to thank Yash and Ben for giving such wonderful presentations, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming out to our webinar. If you're interested in learning more about Doc Intranet or any of our other SharePoint productivity solutions, feel free to reach out to Ben and schedule a time to talk to him. He'd love to answer any questions you may have, and he'd love to look for ways to explore all the different ways that Doc Intranet can benefit you. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
you.